You want to know what guys really think and talk about behind closed doors? Look no further. Welcome to the Other Guys Podcasts. You'll most likely be offended, but you'll probably laugh too. So, enjoy. Okay, so welcome to the Other Guys Podcast. I am Kevin, and tonight I am with Kirk and Murray, and we're going to talk about some shit. And one of those, and today what I want to talk about is exes, but like more specifically, the rules of engagement after you've broken up. What are the unspoken rules of, like, you know, like an example is there's parts that I don't go to, parts of the city I don't go to anymore, or certain streets I don't drive by anymore.
For sure.
Right? And not because like
you don't go by Jilly's anymore?
Yeah. Not because
fucking Jilly's.
No, but not out of it's not out of, like, you know, memory stuff. It's more of like I just don't want that, like, you know, that the occurrence to possibly happen. I like to leave shit in the back, and I don't want to whatever, right? So I don't know. What are your thoughts on once you and a significant other have ended it or whatever?
What's proper protocol?
What's proper?
What's acceptable?
What are the rules of who gets what you know, whatever? What are, like, you know, should you be going to their workplace in a week or two and then making out with your new guy or girl, or is that off the table? You know, should you be
They know you get on the 505 every day at 8 a.m., so they can't get on the 505 at 8 a.m. every day?
Or should you be, you know,
McCall Street,
driving by on New Year's Day and then just, you know, revving your car real fucking loud, blasting music and
right outside their house.
Yeah, shit like that. And then, you know, peeling off or whatever,
so
right?
Is it rude to also do that during the outdoor wedding procession?
So, like, yeah, so
Cassandra,
you could have had better.
So what's the proper protocol? You know, keeping it classy, keeping it, you know, proper, you know, and not, I mean, obviously, you know, there's douchebaggy things, but, you know, what are the proper rules of engagement after next to make things cool off, right? Let's just say for
I don't think it's about cooling off.
Okay. So what do you think? So,
well, I mean, it's a broad thing, and it's like, Kirk, what do you, like, you were saying something before.
Well, I think it's like the idea we're saying, like, you have to split off and, like, you're saying, like, the territory of where you can go or won't go, but, like, there could be things you miss out on because you don't want to venture to some, like, bar. Maybe there's, like, not your close friends who go there, but it's like the Cheers gang. It's the same weirdos who hang out there, and you play darts with them or pool, and maybe you feel like your ex-girlfriend's not really getting the same enjoyment out of that, but you know she's going to be there hanging anyway, and you're like, I really love to go hang and play pool with Harry and Steve or whatever, but I know I can't go there because she's probably with a new guy there, and I don't want to get in, like, that zone, even though I miss these people in this bar, but I just know that's lost to her now.
I lost a bar like that. Absolutely. I totally lost a bar like that. And what's your thoughts on if, you know, you are with somebody, and then, see, I think there's two different things. Like, okay, let's start with, if you're with somebody and it's not working out on your end, and you call it off, you call it quits. Mm-hmm. What's acceptable for you? How do you handle the aftermath? Like, not like, oh, well, like, maybe we get back together. I'm talking like it's over, like, whatever. You're gonna move on. So, like, what do you do? Like, how do you, like, do you care?
First step, you gotta create the actual separation. None of this, oh, I'm gonna still have their number, I'm gonna still be friends on social media.
Yeah. You're cut off on Facebook. You're blocked on phone.
Yes,
like, you know what I mean.
You got to do a straight up cut, a straight up fucking.
Erasing all the old text messages.
I think women are a bit different because they're more like, I say they're a bit higher than us socially. That it's a bad thing for them to do probably, but they're the ones who really try to like promote the friendship thing more than anybody else. Because the guy,
no. If you ended it,
yeah.
So you're saying like on your end.
Mm-hmm.
Not that what you think they would do. What would you do?
What are you doing on your end to start this, to have a successful? Let's just say
let's say there's a new girl now. Let's say there's a new girl in your life.
I guess it depends. Like you're saying, like who's considerate in that situation. Like if you're the guy,
well, what's acceptable to you after the fact?
I don't know about acceptable, but I think like me being a considerate person, I'd probably, if I'm with a new girl or I got new stuff going on, I'm going out trying to meet new people. You probably would do your best to like. I would say I wouldn't know if I block the person on social media, but I would try to like clear myself of like
you wouldn't block the person.
I would clear myself of rubbing it in their face in any way because you're the aggressor. You're the one who's dumped them. You're just rubbing more salt in the wound if you're like, hey, at Broncos taking pictures and you're with the new girls or just like hot girls in general, and she's seen that on Instagram or Facebook. And I mean, at that point, it's pretty unclassy, but
okay.
I think there's
unclassy. So you wouldn't do stuff like that.
I think it's good to have a separation, but maybe at that point, like if you're the one who did it, like you're the dumper, like you should maybe have some sort of separation so you don't hurt that person further. That would be the nice thing to do, right?
So is that what you would do?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we're talking about like before, like if it's maybe more of a messy mutual breakup, that we're like it's almost like dividing territory of where you can go. Like now you can't obviously go to her coffee shop she works at where you used to get free coffee.
But even if it's a mutual breakup where you're dividing territory, to be like, oh no, but we're good, right? Like, but we can both still hang out here.
Yeah. But I think
you're still going to go there though?
No, I'm not saying I'm going to go there. I'm just thinking
like even if she's like, no, it's fine.
I think like I would keep space, but I think like my point earlier was I feel like women are kind of nicer or they try to make peace. But they might do it too quickly, and they jump to that friendship. Like
I have a different thought.
You have a different. I feel like that.
I disagree with that statement.
I feel like a lot of. I mean, maybe it's just me personally. I hadn't had too many women. Just like maybe one person I can think of who has like never forgiven me for stuff, and like it's also because I haven't. It's up to me to not be a pussy and to bridge that problem with her. Otherwise, from that point, like I just avoided her because I was worried.
Is it an ex? Or somebody like that? Somebody like, falling out of some sorts?
It was.
I mean, I don't need to know all like the details of the nut and bolts of it, but it's like what makes her not like the same as a girl, a dateable or a dated girl?
Well, this is like my work. It was like a work friend, but it turned into a bit more. So it wasn't like we ever dated, but we like, hooked up a few times. It was like that kind of thing. But I think like my feeling was my feeling was that like I thought she was eventually going to end up with me because I'm like I feel like I'm a better option, and I just realized that the problem was like all this shit happened, and when I moved away, I kind of said some shit because I'm like I'll never be back in Sarnia again anytime soon, so I might have said some shit that was kind of insensitive and like rude that I normally wouldn't have bridged because you're forced with working with that person.
Like what for you?
Like what? What did you say?
Like yeah, what's insensitive?
Yeah. Like, fuck Sarnia girls. What did you say?
No, I just think I said something about her.
Go back to your trailer.
No, it wasn't that. She was very nice. She was like nice and proper and, like I wouldn't say like a trashy. She was by far not the most non-trashy person that ever was into.
What's up?
Like, but anyway.
Well, so, okay, but hang on. So,
I forget exactly what I just wrote her like a Facebook message and I look back on it after like, after I kind of cleared my head and I'm like, oh fuck, I wish I hadn't said that. And then she blocked me on Facebook and then I was kind of worried because Sarnia's a small place. There's like 70,000 people. The chances of me running into her with like the year and a half I was there previously, from 2015 to 16.
If she's such a good girl though, why did she get such a bad Facebook message from you?
I'm saying like things got messy, right? With like us working together. And I think I was at a point where I was just like, well, you told me you break up with your boyfriend and you didn't. And now I feel kind of like terrible. And you're the reason I would stay here. And now I'm like, I feel like I got to get the fuck out of here because I can't just like,
Okay.
So me personally, I'm just saying that kind of broke me a bit and maybe pushed me to write something mean. And also, I think like there was some stuff happening in my life at that time that wasn't really great. And I guess I figure like at that point, like.
But so did you give up Sarnia because of that?
No, I mean, my heart has always been here, but I feel like she's the one. She's like that one person I would have stayed there for. If that makes sense at that time, and it kind of broke my heart that like I kind of let her know, like it was like we were like things were going, and I'm like, and when she said that like I'm gonna break up with my boyfriend, I really like you, and that kind of thing, and then didn't go that direction, and just started to stay.
Right. Well, I'm just
and that's when I was like, because that's when I was like. I already knew I wanted to go back to Toronto, but like she would have been the reason I would have stayed and like had a different kind of life there. So it's kind of sad. But
well, no, I understand. So it's not really the same thing as like losing like a bar or whatever because like.
But it was like
you left.
She worked at the mall.
There wasn't a lot.
I couldn't go to the mall
going on. So like, right.
There's
but that's
only
what
one
I mean.
mall in Sarnia. I couldn't go to the mall because she might be walking around the mall.
Yeah.
And then I saw her once, but I just felt like this is kind of weird. And I didn't
see. Okay, there's only one mall though, so that's an acceptable risk. If you gotta go buy some pants, that you gotta take or a shirt.
Sorry,
or whatever.
I'm sorry, Grandma. We can't go by near Sears today. I know you love Sears, but
exactly.
Only the girl that like wants to hit me.
Exactly, but no. See, that's a scenario where it's the only game in town. Then. Yeah, okay. Like everybody needs to understand, like there might be a problem there. Like you're gonna go there. Okay. What about you, Kev? What do you like? What's your thought?
I think I know from personal experience, it comes down to here's the thing.
Like I guess it doesn't matter if it's you or her or whatever.
No.
It's just like how do you?
Again, it's not about the how it ends or whatever. For me, it's more of like. What's the proper way of moving on, right? The proper way. And like, I personally, with every person I've dealt with, I always like, I do the blocking, I do the separating, I do the distance, I do the whatever and the time and all that stuff. But I do always leave doors open. I don't shut doors open because life's fucking long. You don't know what's around the corner 20, 30 years down the road. Maybe you want a hand job. I don't know. Fuck. I leave fucking doors open. But what I do is I do not put myself in situations where shit can get like can I guess start up or whatever. Right? So I won't go back to certain areas where the chances of running into a particular person is right. Like I won't go back to some old workplaces that I just can't go to. I can't,
you won't go back to Jilly's, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
You can't go back; it's closed.
Yeah. But I can't. Yeah, and like there's certain things, and it's more of a there's certain memory attachments and stuff like that. But other than that, it's all along the whole boundaries, right? There's like you said, you lost a bar. For me, it's like I just lost. I didn't lose. Like I can still go buy those places if I need to, but just to save myself from the, I guess you could say the
awkwardness /
the emotional toll that it could possibly take on, right? Because I still deal with demons from time to time. Just whatever. I won't put myself in those situations, right? Like I don't know. Okay. I mean, yeah. There's stuff like that, right? So that's what I'm trying to. I'm not gonna compromise myself.
Okay, well so you're speaking. Yeah, I understand that. So like, see, here's my thing. If he might have stayed in a city, but I mean, I understand the leaving you, not going to a certain spot. I get that. Here's my problem: is that if I got the bar first. If that's my spot, that's my cheers, that's my my little home spot. If a certain area was mine first,
yes.
If I work somewhere, and I work there, and if things don't work out with someone, right, and if I'm the one that ends it, for whatever reason. Then I should probably be the one that vacates not the work situation, not work, but I mean, what I mean? It's if it's a bar or whatever, I should probably not be there. You know what I mean? I should probably be like, okay, she's probably pissed, you know, like, and she probably goes there or whatever. So I probably shouldn't go there on a Friday when I'm probably pretty sure she's there with a friend or whatever, or a new guy, right? I probably shouldn't do that. Or I shouldn't, you know, I just shouldn't put either of us in that situation. However, I find, and if it's the opposite, like, you know what I mean? If she does it to me, I think that I get the bar. And like, I shouldn't have to.
So it's like an agreement.
I shouldn't have to leave my job, or I shouldn't have to worry about seeing that person if they don't work where I work. You know what I mean? Like, let's say I work somewhere where maybe that person comes or whatever. Like, if I'm a fucking bartender, you know, because I used to do that, and I date somebody, well, guess what? Don't come to my fucking bar. I do not want to see you in this bar. You know what I mean? Especially if you're the one that ended it with me. And that's how I feel about it. I think that but I think it's different, because I think dudes, like, some dudes will be dicks and they'll be like, oh, fuck this chick. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I got a question for you, though. I don't know how you would answer this, but we'll see. Let's say there's a mutual place you both found out together, like a brunch place or something you both love to death, but you found out together, and would you go there more or less not because it reminds you of your relationship, or would you not go there or like have a stake because of what you're saying, like some sort of, you know, like, who's claiming that? Or would you just walk away from saying,
if we found it together, like driving around and it's like, oh, let's check this place out?
Yeah, and then all of a sudden you go there every Sunday for like a year, and then you break up and you're just like, well,
I'm never going there.
So would you not go?
No, I would go. If she broke up with me,
yeah,
I'm going there.
Okay.
Because she shouldn't be going there.
So it's like whoever is
But if she goes there,
the loser, a de facto winner, gets to keep the place. So whoever gets the dumpy gets to keep it. Or
at the end, I think there's ways. I think there's things. If you have a breakup where you know it's coming and it's like, fuck, all right, like, you know what, it wasn't working, and it's almost like a relief to be out of the relationship, then it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Then you're just happy not to be with the person, and you can go to that place, and you know, if they're there. Just fucking be like, all right, you know what? Let's finish up and get the fuck out of here.
Well, I kind of think of that place as being, it's kind of inconsequential. It's not like your favorite bar or hangout. It's just somewhere you go mostly with that person in particular.
But I think
maybe I feel like I wouldn't go there anymore because of the bad memory.
I think
you can only associate that place with that person.
Yeah, I'm willing to sacrifice the bad memory for good fish and chips or something. Oh. But I'm just saying,
good eggs, Florentine.
Yeah, it's hard to find a good breakfast place, right? Yeah. But it's different. Like, especially if that's a place you mutually found and it's a mutual ending, I think you can mutually continue to go there. However, even in a mutual breakup, if I brought her or whoever to my bars or my, you know, establishments or places I like to go and hang out, no, even though it's a mutual ending, this was mine first. So we're divorcing. It's like a marriage almost. I'm taking my bar with me at the end. You go back to whatever fucking shithole you used to go to, and let's call it even. You know what I mean? It's not yours anymore. This is mine.
Yeah,
this was mine first.
No, I just sort of meant that as an example of like something that's a mutual thing. You can't either really claim that was like,
if it's a mutual thing and it's a mutual breakup, then the mutual places can continue to be mutual. However, but also, the minute somebody wrongs the other person to the point where the other person's not happy about it, no, the breakfast place should be a neutral zone. Nobody should go there.
Or you like say, well, you can have breakfast there and I can have lunch or something like that. Or
no, I'm not fucking splitting it up. You know, we're not doing that. It's not kids. We're not doing weekends.
But like the chances of her making out with somebody at breakfast is lower than if it's a bar.
But it's not even that. Like
it's not that. It's about what, like, if you're with a girl and then she does something to you, right? Let's say you find out there's another guy.
Yeah, that's normally how it works for me.
Okay, or she breaks up with you and then tomorrow she's with another guy. Whatever the fuck it is.
Normally it's Kevin, mostly. Kevin gets all my rebound.
Regardless, right? What do you think? What do you have to say? You're quiet. Right?
No, my mom.
Say what you're saying.
It comes down to fucking emotional fucking... Like, you got to protect your shit. And not become emotionally compromised when you go to these places. When you or certain like if you have certain emotional triggers, it is the onus on you to protect yourselves from this thing. So like you were saying about the whole Sarnia thing, how like, oh, I was ready to be there in Sarnia or whatever. She left a bad taste in Sarnia for you. If she
Now, there's always a bad taste in Sarnia.
But no, what I'm saying is that if it went the other way, you would have been like, I'm here with the girl I love. I'm in Sarnia. I love this place. But now the fact that you're not with her,
I guess my other move would probably be to like, hey, once we're together, why don't we like get the fuck out of here?
Fair enough. But what I'm saying is that the onus of protecting yourself from those emotional triggers, and that's what I'm calling them. These places and things are emotional triggers. The onus is... So, for an example, for me is... Fucking... There was a song, a Phil Collins song, that...
In the heat tonight?
In the
air tonight.
In the air tonight. Anyways...
Well, I don't think it's the heat.
I was listening... Like, we used to listen to... Like, a chick I used to deal with... We used to listen to that song. That used to be our song or whatever, right? And fucking... When it ended... I could not listen to that song anymore. Even though I fucking... Because I used to pump up to that song... I used to fucking like, it used to fucking get me going, but I just couldn't because it started emotional triggers, right?
Yeah, you start thinking negative.
Let me hold your hand.
Yeah, so...
Kevin, let me hold your hand.
No, Jesus, you're the fucking
He's
emotional
trying to
trigger.
hold his hand.
You're honestly an emotional fucking trigger, but anyways.
No one should ever be
but
denied
that's not what I'm talking about. I understand.
Yeah.
Like, yes, everybody, if, there's a song that you liked when you're with somebody and then it's over and then it's making you think about them, don't listen to the fucking song. I get it.
Yeah.
Everybody does that. But do you agree with the location division? If you had a pizza joint...
Oh, so we're getting down to just basic...
You know what I mean?
Let's simplify
Like,
this.
do you want to go...
Location.
And have and be sitting there having pizza with Kirk and having a good time, and then all of a sudden, she walks in the door... It could be alone with a friend. It could be with a dude. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And she fucking, kind of gives you a look like, oh, well, he's here. But she's still fucking there. Like, there's a good chance you're going to be there, right? Like, she knows this is your you're there.
Yeah.
Or at your job place. You know what I mean? Like, let's say you work somewhere where, maybe she's going to go show up for something for whatever reason.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, she knows you're fucking there.
Yeah.
Or could be there.
Yeah.
She should fucking avoid that place.
I think it's fair to have a separation.
No?
That's
Yeah,
right.
but you're thinking of the lines of like, oh, she needs to be respectful after the relationship. Some of them aren't fucking respectful. They'll come with their new boyfriend and fucking dance around in front of you.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the thing.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing that I've thought about a little bit, and I got thinking about other people I know, is that they, more guys, guys I know, they'll give up places and they will avoid. And if they see like the ex, they're like, oh shit. And they're not acting like a complete asshole about it. Like there's some accountability going on their behalf.
Mm-hmm.
And that's even if they got dumped, right? They're like, okay, well, I want no piece of this. Meanwhile, the girl is rolling around with no accountability, like basically grinning at him. And it's like, the fuck?
Well, it's a revealing factor.
Are you kidding me? Like, it's ridiculous, right? Like, so.
Yeah.
So what were you saying?
No, it reveals the respect in that. It reveals the respect in that relationship. The guy was like, you know what? It didn't go. Whatever. I'm gonna, distance myself. It's better for me. It's better for her. Good to go. Meanwhile, if she's doing all this and coming back and like, oh, nothing will ever happen.
Exactly. Because they think their life just like it's the same as before.
No, because
are they incapable of realizing that? No, you made a decision. Now you have to live with that decision, right?
Yeah,
so but you're losing this environment.
Yeah, but here's the thing: girls and guys are different in the town. Like, see,
am I wrong? Okay, here's another question before because you can answer both.
Yeah.
In that scenario, as a guy, if she was to walk in to a place, and you're there with a dude, and I said, "Don't fucking, I don't want to see you. You better be scarce. Like after this, I want zero. Like I said, like you said, everything's shut off.
Yeah.
Am I entitled to whoop some ass?" Even though the guy is not to blame. I need to stress this fact.
Honestly,
he is not to blame. I call it the admission charge to the carnival. You want to ride that ride? There's a price to pay.
I feel like you could definitely intimidate the guy, and then at that point, you're getting the point across to her as well.
Even if I'm going to lose the fight.
But I'm saying you have to fight the. I don't think you have to fight the guy. But at that point,
no.
I mean,
you're going to fight.
Well, you could I think you could push him around a bit, right?
No.
And then you get the point across to her and him. This wasn't
but
okay.
But is it okay? It's not okay because I can.
No,
you're saying I can't even walk up and be like, "Hey,
because
I know you didn't do anything.
You got to look at what it communicates.
You got to take a beating.
You got to look at what it communicates. You're basically saying that this girl and this guy being in your place is getting to you.
It is.
Then you know what you got to do? You got to fucking show them it doesn't mean anything. Like I would not even. I would not even fucking acknowledge her.
No, because she's getting away with it.
Away with what? Bugging you?
Dude, she got away
grab
with
the nearest girl
over.
near
now
to
she's
you.
getting away with coming into your place, bringing
Yeah.
another guy into the other place, rubbing it in your face. You're
He's-
telling
yeah.
me this is unchecked behavior, man.
Then
She actually technically deserves something across the
I
face,
think Murray's
but you
kind of
can't
right.
hit her, so you got to hit him.
You can't.
And
yell.
it's not his fault, but welcome to the fucking circus, pal.
Well, you can't be. Yeah, you can't be loud and aggressive.
She brought
with
you
her.
to me. She brought you to the lion.
Yeah.
But look how it's going to make you look at the end of it. At the end of it, she's going to be like, "Oh, that's my jealous ex. That's my
I'm
jealous
sitting
ex."
here doing nothing. You brought him to me.
But see, that's the thing. Here's what they want you to do. They'll bring this new guy around to test you and be like, "Oh, look! I'm gonna stir Murray up. I'm gonna get him up. I'm gonna get him because I still control him."
If a girl took me to a spot and didn't tell me that was her ex's place, and I went there and the ex was there and he didn't confront me, he's a pussy. And I would fucking disrespect him every day of the week. And it doesn't matter. That first encounter is where I'm going to decide that. If he comes to me later, I'm going to say, whatever, dude. You did nothing. I was right in front of you with your girl. You sat there like a bitch. Now let's go back over there like a bitch.
Murray.
You got to establish your dominance in your location. And she shouldn't be bringing that shit there. She needs to disappear, man. She made the choice. She fucked you over. If she's got any friends that fucking, talk shit to you, she needs to make sure you don't see them either. Anyways.
Can I say something, though, about the situation?
Friends.
I think in your situation, though, you have to win the fight. Because they say in terms of war...
because you think she's going to bring him back?
No. I mean, it's like you have to win the fight.
You got to go down swinging no matter what.
Yeah, I'm saying you have to win, I think, though. It's important. Why this is important? Because it's like history, right? Who gets to write history? The victors.
Of course.
So
it's not about the win.
If you lose, that's like more of her.
No, it's not about the win to me.
I think it is.
It's not his fault.
I know, but I was like, it helps a lot though if you can knock him out or something.
Of course, and he's gonna probably. Well, it depends.
And then he'll be like, well, maybe you should shut your mouth and we'll never ever go there again.
Yeah, I mean, he'll be like, well, I whooped his ass, whatever. But be like, every time you walk through the door, guess what's gonna happen? We're gonna have a problem.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to take the bar back by force, winning or losing or whatever. I'm going to make it very uncomfortable for them in any establishment that I have deemed mine. You know what I mean? Like, there's only a couple of places that you can say are probably your place. She cannot go there. And I find some girls, they don't give a fuck. They don't care. They're like oblivious to the fact. They're like, well, whatever. And it's like, well, whatever. You disagree. You think that you should just sit there and take it.
No, it's not about taking it. There's a saying that revenge on an ex is living well. And if you can show them that you're better off without them and that you're the bigger person, it's going to fucking boil them from the inside. Instead of beating up their boyfriend, they're still not going to get hurt. They win. They win at the end of the day. Because
so when they do come around, you're like, look at this smoothie and yoga I'm doing.
So what do you do, Kev? What do you do?
What do I do? I grab the nearest hot girl, start making out with her.
So what do you do?
That's not happening for you.
Okay, so fine. In my situation, I'm not moving.
You're down right now, man.
I'm moving.
She just screwed you over, so you're sitting there, whatever.
I'm having a good time with my boys then.
Maybe you're just there.
Yeah.
You're in a place that you don't expect to see this person, and there she
I'm not
is.
acknowledging her. What if she doesn't exist? She doesn't exist
So you're just
anymore.
going to be like, oh, well, okay.
What if you just like shake the guy's...
So she's going to tell the guy, be like, oh, well, fuck my
You can shake the guy's hand and say...
I'm not touching the guy at all.
No,
No,
you shake his hand
no.
and say, good luck. I mean, honest to tell you, that was like the worst chlamydia I've ever had. With it's like,
Oh, you're saying take a demeaning tone. like demeanor,
like be
embarrassing.
sarcastic.
That's not bad. Maybe that's
like
a good
kind of
option.
like and say something about her that like even maybe it's not true. Just like makes that guy go, "Who the fuck am I with?"
Yeah, no, I get it.
Like, and then you
I
kind
just
of
think
like
that
made,
there's got to be a price of admission. If you're gonna be
I
that
think maybe
bold,
it's 'cause
and
maybe-
I can't punch you in the face,
yeah.
You're gonna punch her new boyfriend who's oblivious to the whole situation,
it's not his fault, but it's her fault.
and then he gets the beating.
It's not my fault. It's her fault.
But then like it's almost like you're just punching an innocent guy out of nowhere.
She has involved him by bringing him to an environment.
He's what they say in law terms, complicit.
It's not his fault.
And yet he gets the beating.
Try to give him a beating.
Someone's got to take it.
That's the price.
But she gets scot-free. She wins in that.
Well, she's got this drama on her that she probably didn't.
She probably
want.
the fact that she brought the,
Yeah, and she probably
the guy,
thought like, oh,
she's like, this is
you know
fucking
what?
exciting.
This guy, all right, yeah.
You've
well,
just
you know,
you've just boosted up her ego because she's like, oh, now I got two guys fighting over me, my ex and my new guy. This is fucking amazing. Like, no, I'm not feeding her that. No, I'm not. No, I am not giving her the pleasure of showing that I like.
I'm done feeding her
Here's the thing.
pleasure.
all right.
I'm
here's
not.
the thing.
I'm not giving her any emotion on my end. As far as I'm concerned, she's not even in the room anymore. If she comes over, even looks at me, I'm looking at the fucking TV. I'm looking at another girl. She's nothing. She's gone. She's fucking Infinity War. She's fucking Infinity War. If you haven't seen it, then you just watch it.
I've been texting your sister. Did you know that? She's got some nice.
No, I'm not going to take
she's
the
got
petty
a-
thing and like
she's got
degrade
a
or whatever.
Sweet little tattoo under her right butt.
Here's the thing. Like if I no, here's the thing.
You're my sister.
Here's the thing. If I do the dumping out of respect, I will keep a distance because that you know what I like again. But
Right, but she's not going to do it for you.
if I'm the one that got dumped,
And now, okay, here's the thing. Let's say it was you and you invaded her place,
yeah,
and she's there, and you bring a girl with you,
yeah.
and then she freaks out,
So
and she comes up and she's cussing you out.
she dumped me or I dumped her.
You did it to her.
Okay, so I
So
dumped her,
you
yeah.
did it to her. Now
And
she's cut. Yeah, she's like,
Yeah.
this is my place. You know, this is where I hang out. And you bring, and she starts bad mouthing the girl that you brought in.
And then
Yeah.
she takes the
And it's not that
earrings
girl's fault.
off.
It's your fault.
Yeah, it's my fault.
But
yeah.
that girl's
Earrings
like,
off.
listen, you better calm the fuck down. Now she's
Shoes
probably
off.
mad at you. Like that girl is probably upset at you for bringing her there.
yeah.
However, she might be like, you need to watch yourself too to your ex, or maybe your ex is
Yeah.
like, now, and it's on.
Yeah.
You caused all this.
Yeah, yeah.
So put yourself in that position.
So I
that
fucked
you're
up.
the one.
I fucked up.
Are you comfortable with this situation?
No, ideally, I would have never gotten into
But
the
are
situation.
you comfortable with this situation?
No. 'cause
Now, are you
yeah.
more comfortable with your ex sitting at the end of the bar, giving you glances, taking it, and not stepping up to you at all?
What do you mean, the girl?
Your ex.
She's
Like
looking.
you said, you would do nothing. You would be like, no, fuck her.
Yeah,
Now she's doing that to you.
yeah.
What kind of thoughts are running through your mind about her?
She's alone, or is she with a good dude? If she's alone,
just at the bar. Maybe she's with a friend. It's her bar, or it's her environment. It's wherever whatever we're talking about.
then she's got to eat it or confront me.
Right.
But-
So basically, you by saying "eat it"
Yeah.
or "confront me," you're demeaning her on the spot by staying there,
Yeah.
or even going there in the first place.
Which is why I wouldn't.
Which is why
I wouldn't.
that girl that you brought in,
Yeah.
she needs to put her down.
Wait, my new girl needs to put my ex down now?
No, your ex to establish do not come back here, Kevin. I'm going to
Yeah.
fight the girls that you bring here because you lost this place. You're treating me bad, even worse now. You're basically grinding her.
Yeah.
I'm gonna rip that cheap weave off your damn head and
Yeah.
beat you to the ground, bitch.
I didn't like this. Feels very.
I've asked other people this,
Yeah.
and they're like, abso-fucking-lutely. They're out of line. It's the same thing when somebody you meet, like whatever, and social media pictures start going up.
Yeah.
There's something fucking wrong with that person. If they're doing that
Yeah.
to you, driving you crazy, and maybe people are telling you, being like, well, whatever. Fuck her. She deserves no respect after that.
Right.
That guy, like Kirk says, if you can fucking warn him,
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Because he probably didn't know what shitstorm he walked into.
Yeah, maybe like.
But if
just be-
she's cool with it,
Yeah.
fucking, you know what? It's not even about the guy. You can tell the guy, be like, yo, man, no disrespect. You know what? No hard feelings. This is just business.
I I'm not gonna punch a fucking innocent guy. He didn't wrong me. If anything, I'm gonna fucking cuss her out and be like, "You're an idiot. You shouldn't have come here." You know,
because he's gonna respect you after.
If anything, I'm gonna fucking talk to the guy and be like, "Listen, man, she gives horrible blowjobs. Good luck."
You know, he's they say
you're
there's
really just bowing down on this one.
Maybe it's a casualty of war. You know, like
I just don't see the logical reason of punching an oblivious guy.
It's like, okay, what I don't understand.
It's like a guard in a war, right? It's like he's a guard. He's just there to do his job in the war, but he's on the other side. You got to take him out, right?
Yeah, it's just you got to look at the guy and be like,
he's on the other side.
I'm sorry, she shouldn't have brought you here. I'm here. This is my place. She's acting like a.
It's like guilty.
She's acting crazy.
Guilty by association. He's associated with her.
You're the next contestant. You gotta. She shouldn't have brought you here. I'm not happy about the situation. I think I'm in this position because of you. So yeah. Here we go.
Okay, so walk me through your situation. You're at the bar with your boys. You're hanging out. You're watching the game. Your ex comes in with a new guy.
Maybe I'm with a friend.
No.
Maybe it's a girl.
Let's keep it simple. You're just with the guys.
Maybe I'm alone.
Let's just say you're with the guys, and I'm going to take the guys out of it. Let's say you're alone, because with the guys you'll tend to be a little bit more. You'll act up a little more.
Well, it's my environment, so chances are there's people there that know me. Right?
But let's just say, just for sake, you are alone. She walks in with another guy.
Yeah.
Sits down, and you guys make contact or whatever. Are you getting up from your stool, walking over to her bar?
If I'm completely alone and there's nobody there to stop a beating, if I start taking one, I maybe don't engage in a physical right away. I'm doing a couple shots of Jaeger. I'm then getting up, I'm walking over, and I'm berating her with him. And when he says something, I'm telling him to shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about.
Yeah.
He shouldn't have fucking been here in the first place. And then, then you're kind of goading him a bit.
Yeah.
And then hopefully she's like, no, whatever, and leaves.
Okay, now
maybe they leave.
I'm imagining this like that commercial with the guy who starts slapping everybody. Like you slap him, or you slap, and you just can't stop. You're just slapping children. You're like, are you the coat check person? Yeah. Okay. So like everyone goes down.
Okay. So at this point, you've berated your ex.
I probably just say don't speak.
You've threatened her new boyfriend. Let's say it now goes to the physical aspect. You fight. Let's just say you lose. What have you accomplished?
You think she's going to bring him back to that bar?
So at the end of
I'm fighting for my territory. What else do I have?
You fought for the bar.
What else do I have?
You fought for the bar. Okay.
What else do I have? She already damaged you, right? Okay. She already damaged you. She already fucked you over.
Yeah.
This is a line on
She's now encroaching on the last resources
you know what
you
it
have
is
to rely on. Your safe haven.
Okay.
And she is now disrespecting
you
to the max.
So you know what it is? The difference is...
You know what's going to happen? You're going to stop going to the bar.
You know what it is? I personally... The difference is...
Then you end up in a basement on the dark web.
And you got to hope you're... You got to hope you're...
You
got to hope you're tight with the bar owner or bartender, because then they take the police report and they go, yeah, the other guy started it. Yeah. He's just defending himself.
Wow. I don't know. I just
shit happens.
The difference is that
because you don't want to be the guy who gets banned.
Chances are,
what happens if you start the fight?
Know everyone. Chances are you do know them and be like, well, shit happened.
Yeah, you want to hope it's like a bud or someone you can trust.
Even if you take a 2-week ban, you take a month ban, whatever.
You don't want to be like the guy who gets banned because you started the fight, and then that gives them the right.
Sometimes you got to take a banning, man.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to take a slap on the wrist.
I guess the difference is that like I don't have
listen.
personal
If she's worth it
attachments.
to the guy, cool. You know, he's willing to throw down, or he's willing to get punched in the face, or whatever.
So have you been banned from like places before? Like, what's the deal?
No, I had a meeting once.
Oh, okay.
With the owners.
the thing about bans that comes to my mind is there's a news story, but
I had to hit the guy though. It was a whole scenario going on.
Yeah.
No, this isn't about like bars, but this is a guy who was on vacation in like BC, and he had this like whole suitcase full of like pepperoni or something.
I don't know where you're going with pepperoni.
But it's like he got banned from this hotel, but then he was telling a story, and then now he's unbanned, but it's 10 years later because he wrote them a letter asking for an appeal on his ban, and the people thought it was really funny, but now, I mean, back in the past it wasn't, because he had this whole suitcase full of pepperoni, and he wanted to leave it on the balcony so it wouldn't, like, no fridge. It wouldn't so it would stay kind of cool, right?
Okay.
And then, like, seagulls got in his room, and they were eating it and going crazy. Like, seagulls is like, and then
Did he fight the seagulls?
Well, the thing is,
This is related.
so then he comes in and he sees all these seagulls, and then he makes a move for the thing to clear them out. But then that makes them go crazy. Like, they are saliva and shit, and they're flying in like a circle. And he like trashes his hotel room. And then eventually, like, he tries to get them out himself, and then he calls the people and says, "Yeah, I'm going to a dinner. This happened." And then they gave him like a ban, but now he's unbanned. But I think it's that visual of that thing, of that kind of sort of event happening, I think is really funny.
Well, it would be seagulls.
It would be seagulls. Yeah. But I feel like
I can't believe you just like would take it and like just.
It's not even about.
Sorry to go off topic on the banning thing.
No,
that's
that's fine.
It just comes about. Its strength is not shown through just straight up beating a guy.
Okay, so where's the accountability at? Where's the accountability? She wrongs you.
Yes. Yeah.
Right? Knows you're fucking not happy.
Yeah.
Knows you're pissed off, right? Because of the way shit went down.
Yeah.
And then appears.
Yeah.
With a guy.
Yeah.
Plastering it all over social media.
Of course,
showing up
that's what
at
they
your
do.
fucking place. You know, you're telling me you're supposed to take all of this.
If you're strong, if you can take it.
Then you're stronger than me because you know what? That's when I'll join the peasants.
No,
and I'll get down and dirty at that point because that's unacceptable.
Here's the thing.
There's only so much disrespect you're going to pull off on me because you can't force people to be with you. So cool, I get that. But if you want to fucking take it to that next level now, no, I'm not going to be responsible for how I act.
The thing is, exes will do these things, social media and whatever, because even though you've broken up, good or bad or whatever, they want to know if they still have an emotional control over you. They want to see if is he still bothering me? Does he still like me? Does he still hate me? Because you know what? Even hate is an emotion. And if hate is whatever is still there.
Okay, I should clarify.
Right?
So it's probably not a situation that would happen if it was like, she just broke up with you and then like, it's like a first date situation. Like, be like, who the fuck is this guy? Like maybe then it's like, why are you here?
Yeah.
Like you might talk to her and be like, you need to leave. Like, this is my place. Like maybe you try that. But if it's
Before
a scenario
it, like, escalates,
but
right?
if it's a scenario where she's like dating you and then starts banging him and then brings him to the bar and like breaks up with you or ends whatever, that's a fucking full on insanity is going to happen.
Or
It's
like
going to be
if there's,
insane. Like sell tickets because I'm going to see red. And it is not going to be it's going to be entertaining for people.
Or if
because-
she's like trashing you, but like comparing you to the new guy on like say Facebook or something, going with the new guy, he's a real man.
well,
And you're-
that's pretty.
and then you-
like,
that's
juvenile.
a whole
and
different story.
And then you hear this
That's
from, like
different.
if you hear it from like other people or something, and that she's like trashing you, but like really, giving the other guy huge props, like such a better dude or whatever. And even though it's just all bullshit. And then she just trots out the guy right in front of you. And you're like, well, that's when you got to throw
For
down.
me, yeah, no, I mean that's a little like I don't know any adults that'll do that shit. Well, I'm sure they are, but
Kevin knows some 19-year-old girls that do shit like that, right?
Yeah, you know what? They fucking will, man.
Yeah,
and like
all the time,
that's the point. Is that like for me, I can totally understand. Like that's what I'm talking about. Hypotheticals, right?
Yeah.
Hypothetical situations. How I would feel in that situation, and I feel that that's how I would feel.
Yeah.
Is that I would,
Yeah. I think that's almost more
charge
more like
admission.
it has to be almost more likely to happen in like nowadays, like that sort of like because people almost have a disconnect emotionally through like social media or online presence because you never really see the effect you have on people, and then like once you disconnect to such a level that you're like, well, maybe like I'm gonna go stick it to him because he's an asshole, and you totally forget like what it would feel like to be that person who's like been broken up with and you're already hurting and now you're rubbing it in. And then like I think maybe I feel like younger people more or less are gonna like that might even happen more because like people have a disconnect obviously with like emotions and like how they like with their like empathy towards other people. At least I feel like more and more people have like that's why online bullying took off so much because it's like you're not bullying right to that person's face. You don't see them react and like almost cry.
Well,
and
online
at that
bullying
point
is different than your ex-girlfriend cheating on you and then bringing a guy right in front of your face.
no, I mean like that type of like if you're growing up in that situation, like that's
I'm not talking about growing up. I'm talking if you're an adult, man. Like let's say
no, I
that
mean
shit
like
happens
I'm
to you tomorrow.
saying if you
Like,
if you
you know
grew,
what I
if, you
mean?
grew, if
Like-
you grew up on the online space where like this is okay stuff to say to people, and then maybe you start treating people in general just worse because of how you can get away with it, and then maybe that's leads to other shit.
I see what you're saying.
I'm just saying, like, people might like lose empathy over time because their main interactions happen all online. So then once it happens online, it might become the norm to treat people like that in like everyday situations. They might not see themselves being shitty. They're just like, well, that's what I would do if I was online. I'd show him I'm hot to trot.
See, well, yeah, I mean, and you can't control people on like online, right? And like that's why I have a limited, media presence. But that's not why. But like, I'm not
all kind of Twitter
social
battles.
media guy. But yeah, I'm not into that. So like, especially I'm not going to be into that if like the other person is in my circle and I just want out, like that scenario. See, that's what I'm saying about this is that if I'm willing to, cut out the social media, right, to just cut, like you said, cut your losses and, just repair yourself or whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
And she knows this. Then she should fucking, slink off into her corner.
No, but that's not how they operate. They operate.
And why is that?
Because control. They want to have control. They want to see if they still have control over you. And the moment that they get,
because they don't understand accountability.
It's not about. Well, that's
like they're not understanding. Like they're putting it on me. Like it's my fault. Like is that what's?
It's not even a fault thing. It's more of like builds up their ego. If they can get a rise out of you, if they can, post a picture of them and their new boyfriend, and then, maybe you send a fucking thing or you get riled up about it, they're winning on so many levels.
Telling you, even if they weren't, even if
they're winning on so many
back
levels.
In the day, if I broke up with a girl and there was another girl, like a new girl in my life, there's no way am I gonna, even if like that girl, like we broke, like that ended, and then she like unfriended me and whatever. Like now we're not. But our circles are still circles. I'm not going to start posting, fucking happy-go-lucky photos, man. I'm not going to do that because I know it's going to go back to her, right? And I'm like, I already did something bad to her. Yeah. I'm not going to keep doing it. Like, I just want to, distance. I don't need her knowing what's going on with me. That's the thing. I don't want her knowing what I'm doing.
Why? Why don't you want her to know?
Because
you don't want her to get hurt more? Okay.
Because I fucked her over.
Okay, fine. So in that situation,
I'm the one who decided, and I cheated on her with this girl.
Now,
so
you know
what?
Yeah.
I'm not going to be promoting it.
Fair enough. That's respectful
on the internet, right?
Now, what if you got dumped?
But girls seem to...
What if you got dumped? Are you going to be posting pictures of your new girl to just be like, oh, I got dumped, but I got a better girl?
If I know...
That she's watching?
No. If I know that, she cheated and I got dumped. Yeah. She's with that dude. Absolutely. And I think it's fair because she should expect that, right?
Okay. Yeah. I don't know.
She should be the one that's sitting there in,
yeah,
whatever place going, well, whatever. I hear this, I hear that. Like that, but that's her decision. That was her choice.
Yeah.
It's not, this is what she wanted.
I just think, and from all the stories I've heard, because I know people, I know situations, and I've seen both opposite ends.
Girls like that.
What the thing is,
and we both know one.
Oh, we know.
We both know one, and she can go fuck herself, from what I gather, right?
We know people, but like what I'm saying is that it comes down to you just gotta be You gotta be strong in your shit. You gotta fucking hold it together. You can't show any fucking resolve. You can't be like. You can't have none of that. At a certain
point, Kevin, and Kirk probably agrees, or can, you can only take so much, right? So, you cannot be inflicted with all that and then another layer of social media nonsense. Yeah. Friends or mutual people chirping at you, going, and then a face-to-face, where you're located. We're talking about the last line that you have off the internet, not putting yourself out there, not going anywhere near her locations. Yeah. You are literally just doing what you do to just be like, you know what? I just got to fucking, move on, meet somebody else, and then fucking here we go. Yeah. Are you kidding me? Yeah. That's what I'm saying is that you're Rocky and you've been brought to brought down. Now it's time to fight. Man. Yeah. It's time to get up and just start hitting targets.
Yeah.
And you disagree.
I think I know I agree with you that like that's something that you gotta like fight for, because it's like, even in the non-physical sense, you gotta make a stand in that moment.
That's what I'm saying.
So I mean, like, I wouldn't fight the guy because I'm like probably gonna lose, and I'm not really that kind of aggressive person in that sense. But I would probably mouth off. I would make it like clear how I felt.
I'm not an aggressive guy either.
I'm just saying, like, I don't disagree with you taking action in that way, though. I think it's.
So you agree? You got to draw the line. The line must be drawn.
Yeah, for sure. It's important, like, in however way you think is appropriate, even though you may not make the right decision because you're angry.
Okay.
But you gotta say, do something, make that like apparent to that person, that like not even outside of like how I feel about you, sort of thing. This is like, as our relationship stands, this is not appropriate. This is not cool.
Here's the thing. If you're getting straight up attacked, like we're talking, you're straight up getting insulted, berated, whatever, she's going around, whatever, yes, stand up for your shit, fight that shit. But if she's doing her own thing or whatever,
out of sight, out of mind, buddy.
Out of sight, out of mind. Then you stick to your guns. You just stay in your circle.
Yeah, but she's invading your circle. She's coming right into your hen house. Like, you go to a pizza place and this is your fucking spot. Yeah. There she is. And she comes, even if it's just picking up a fucking to-go pizza.
Right.
And I'm sitting in there. Yeah. Yeah. No. So you fucking get that shit
delivered.
Here's the thing. You get that shit delivered.
But here's the thing. You
can't ask for my friend Jeff who delivers pizza.
But you got to look at it from that point of view. If they're gonna,
I want Jeff talking to you.
If they're willing,
he's pretty dirty.
If they're willing to do that, then there's two things that's going through their mind. One, they actively know that doing this is going to actively hurt you, or two, they are oblivious to that fact and they need to be told. Now, in both cases, in one of them, if they're actively hurting you, your choice is to either get butthurt about it and lash out, or show that you're indifferent and you're the bigger person. Or if they're not inform them, hey, listen, you coming around here is kind of a bitch move.
All's fair in love and war, right? Isn't that the saying?
Yeah. But yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
So what do you? If you bomb out a country,
okay, yeah,
right, bomb out or whatever, you leave their country, but you leave it in ruins.
Yes.
Don't fucking go. They don't want you back. Don't fucking be like, oh, but they have a really, really nice lake. We should use that. We should try to have our people vacation there. No,
the Americans.
You got to find a different fucking lake, man. You got to go somewhere else.
The Americans nuked Japan. They're best buddies now.
I'm not talking years later. I'm talking,
Fine, give it some time, I guess. Yeah,
Well, no, there's no at no point. Yeah, 5 years. I don't know.
Poor Americans, they can't have they can't go anywhere and say they're American because they've fought in so many fucking stupid wars, right?
You're never gonna be able to go back.
Like, no one likes America at all right now. Like, or even for the last even when Obama was president, even going back, people were pretending to be Canadian when they're going places because it's such an embarrassment to be like, so you're Americans. So you're like, no. Canadian.
I don't know. From the stories I've heard and from people's experiences I've heard of other, and thing, when people get hurt, when people get emotionally, when you can rip emotions out of another person, there's something there. But the coldest feeling is when another person doesn't even acknowledges it. And doesn't even know you anymore. That's colder. That's colder shit. That is way colder than
ghost you.
Yeah, if someone ghosts or doesn't even know you anymore, or doesn't even acknowledges your existence anymore. That is more fucking. That's a deeper knife than a simple. I'm gonna fight whoever you're dating.
I guess the jury's out on it.
Whatever. Yeah, we'll let you know. I guess
the jury's out on that.
Do you beat up an oblivious dude or? I
think you can be honorable about it. Be like, yo, man, it's not your fault. It's like, sure. I don't understand those guys that get all fired up when you're out with your girl. Like, if you're out at a club or a bar or whatever, and then some dude is trying to hit on her or whatever, people want to fight them. Some guys will turn around and be like, I'm going to fucking knock that guy out. I'll be like, I'm not going to knock him out. She's with me. If our relationship is that weak, and that's what I'm saying, right? Relationships go through ups and downs or whatever, and distance, and maybe you're really busy. And if the girl is that weak that a guy at a bar could steal her from you, why would I fight the guy? Like in that situation, she hasn't done nothing, right? Maybe
it's
just some
like
guy
pretty
hitting on your
improbable she's gonna go home with that guy and dump you in that moment. Like you have to be some smooth move he's gonna pull.
But I'm saying, like, let's say you
gotta
get
have
busy.
confidence, right?
Let's say you're dating a girl and then you get busy, work, just whatever, man. Like life hits. You go on a vacation, who knows?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, she's banging some other guy, and you at the same time.
Well,
you know what I mean?
I met some guy. I felt
and
weird.
hides it from the other guy, but then, like, come on, at a certain point, like, what's wrong with her? Like, at a certain point,
monkey branch.
No, I
so
it's weird that like I
what's the
met
next
my. I was gonna say I met my. I say something?
Yeah.
Sorry, I met a friend of mine's buddy from somewhere. I forget where he's from, and he had this like cute girlfriend. She was really nice. She was kind of flirty with everybody, and he said, "I don't mind that she acts that way, or like a guy could talk to her or whatever. It's because I know that she's coming home with me."
Yeah.
And like he was confident enough in himself, he wasn't gonna get riled up.
Oh yeah,
He looked like
if he had to worry.
He looked
like, I don't know.
He looked like he could beat the shit out of people if he wanted to.
Yeah.
But he was just like cool in himself. He knew like she's not gonna fuck around on me like in front of me. So like she's like he's like I'm pretty sure she's gonna come home with me like fucking 100%. So like fuck, you guys can say whatever you want to her or whatever basically like with a reason I imagine. But like he's like I'm not worried about her faithfulness at this point. So
I've always said give people enough rope, they'll either hang themselves with it or it's just trust, right? But that's the thing is that and I think that's why I would be upset or people because you've misplaced your trust, right?
Yeah, well, it's very easily given, easily broken. Or is it hard to earn?
No, for me it would be very hard.
Hard to earn, easily broken.
Hard to earn.
Yeah. One of those things. I don't know. I just think
low was like you get like 0.3% interest. It's hard to earn interest on that.
I think so basically just when it comes to the whole X game and thing like that, it comes down to the fact you need distance at the end of the day it's not the guy's fault, it is the girl's fault, but unfortunately you can't punch her, can you?
Right, that goes back to the accountability. And like people out there, like we all know him, but there's a great bit by comedian Bill Burr.
Oh yeah,
you great guy. He's got a good podcast.
Yeah,
where he's and I've asked people about this, like guys on your day to day, like I'm not even talking about that relationship nonsense for this. I'm just talking in general. If you go out and you are an asshole, somebody's going to check you. There is a risk that you're going to get punched right in the mouth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you just if I walk down the street and smack a fucking Starbucks coffee right out of somebody's hand, right? This is like what he says. They're probably going to punch you in the face.
Yeah.
Women, like, do they wake, like, they don't have, like, if they, like, there's no risk.
Yeah.
For them, right? Like maybe another girl might get catty with them, and I don't like. Maybe there's a little bit of risk, but there's really, right?
I like that bit. It's like isn't that part where he says when he talks about nagging, how women just like nag because they know there's no consequence to it.
Yes, there's no consequence.
So he comes at you like a robot, like you're a Terminator. Like,
well, it's not the nagging; it's the fact that women, like, it seems like, especially the fact that I'm seeing it play out in relationships. And the treatment of others or just their daily shit, that a lot of them, it's like there's no fucking consequence to them.
Yeah, I just mean like,
you know what I mean?
It's like the nagging comes to like a point where like they're taking it too far because there's no
not the nagging.
I mean, like I said, not nagging. I mean,
just like them in general.
No, that's what I'm saying. Their attitude towards you,
or life, or whatever the fuck they're doing.
But like it starts. I think he started that joke with like talking about nagging.
Yeah, I mentioned Bill Burr. Yeah,
yeah, and then like he goes into like there's no they speak like they're like a robot. They keep coming at you. There's no off button on it. They're just like keep coming for you because there's no. I mean, I guess it's true. There's no recourse. I mean, you could hit them, but then they know that you probably won't. At this point.
No, you can't. No, we as men, like, we can't hit a woman unless it's like fucking they're coming at you trying to kill you or fucking like really fuck you up, and then you can't really do much either.
Yeah,
take the fucking knife. Yeah,
Yeah, last time I think I hit a woman wasn't really a woman. It was my sister. It was like 13 years old. So she was also 13. And I pushed her into a door frame, and like her head went like into the door,
Nice.
into the corner in a door frame, and that was the last time I realized I'm like, oh no, I'm so much stronger than her at this point, and I really hurt her.
Yeah, you don't.
And but like the next thing she did was get up and stab me with a pencil, and like the lead was stuck in my arm.
All right.
But like she stuck up for herself, but like it was pretty dirty. I was like, ooh, because I hit her and I was like trying to make sure she was okay, and I was like, I didn't realize I had that much power. I just been really trying not to hit girls for so long, and then now as a man, I've never come close to anything like that. But
yeah, I've never like anyway. Yeah,
you ever lay hands, Murray? You ever lay hands?
Nah.
Or even do the threat like
I've had to control.
You ever do the honeymooners to the moon? You know,
I've never backhanded a girl.
Yeah.
No, I've controlled. Like I've done the, the grab the arms and then hold them. Like it's like tighten up on them and be like, you need to calm the fuck down. Because like kind of crazy situation.
You know who's
yeah, I think. That's about it. Like, no, I haven't done that.
You know who's a big proponent of beating women? Sean Connery.
Yeah, well, fuck, It's,
and not only did he get women,
what's so wrrong about hitting women?
He beat a lot of women.
He threatened Barbara Walters.
Yeah, it's like Barbara. Don't mention this.
You want that right now.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. I think that's a major factor, man, when it comes to treatment of others, is that they don't feel, maybe, I don't know, that there's if the threat was there, you know what I mean, like they can treat you however they want, knowing you will not lay a hand on them.
You know
what I mean?
But that's why it gives them the power over emotional control. Like that's why they can emotionally hurt you. They can.
That's why guys gaslight women now. They just make them think they're crazy.
Well, I told girls, like, if you were a dude right now.
Yeah, but
you know what I mean? Like,
that's why when it comes down to, like, who can hurt more, like, you're never going to punch a girl. I mean, unless, whatever, you're a woman beater. But you're never actually going to think, and no matter what you do emotionally to hurt her, maybe post new pics or cheat or whatever, money down, she is going to find a way to emotionally hurt you more. Or you're going to guys are going to get hurt more than they ever will. Like girls have more thicker skin when it comes to that.
Once they decide they've declared emotional war on you, it's over.
They will win.
You're gonna lose.
Yeah, No, they cut to the chase with that shit. They know where to go. They go for the jugular.
Yeah. Where like guys will pussyfoot around and be like, I'm gonna fuck with her. Be like, no, she's just gonna end you. Like we said,
and that hurts more than whatever dragging it out. That's the thing. They're better attuned to emotionally hurting you than.
But there is that factor of like, it goes back to what he said. Like are certain girls going around thinking like nothing that they do deserves a punch in the face? Because I know some shit that I do, and it probably does deserve a punch in the face. And if I some of the shit I've witnessed, I'd be like, if I did that shit to another dude, right in the mouth, he is gonna come at me. And then like girls get pissed, man. Like I know I've talked to a couple girls where they're like, well, no, like that's just acceptable. I'm like, it's not. It's like they think certain things, it's just cool, and it's like. Is it because there's no threat? It must be, right? Like it's just
or maybe just some of them are just like I said like way earlier was like it might be that they just want
not a threat from a guy. I'm just saying like
no, I mean when they kind of come into the zone, you're just like they think they might not realize that everything isn't okay. They're just like trying to get on with their whatever, and maybe just like not even just be friends at that point, but just like be agreeable and not realize that they are stepping a line. In general, because it's like they think of it differently.
It's like if a girl shows up at your place, right? Goes into your kitchen, starts bitching at you, starts taking all your fucking plates and bowls and starts whipping them at your head.
Yep.
Oh. And you grab her and contain her and just, put her on the couch or something or call the cops. Call the cops. I don't know, man. They going to do anything? Mm-hmm. But if you reverse that shit, you're spending the night in jail. You're spending the night in jail and probably getting fucking broken rib.
911. I've been hit with some plates. My girlfriend is very out of control.
Like I said,
but they're like probably trying not to laugh at you. They're like, "Oh, it's you plates, buddy. Right, buddy? Yeah.
But there's stories out there of guys, who were abused by their women counterparts, and it's not taken as seriously as the other way around. Like when Chris Brown beat the shit out of fucking Rihanna, people were like, "Fuck!" But then there's been stories out there where a girl straight up fucking almost killed a guy, right? And I've seen that shit. I think it was on Mario or whatever. But people were like, "Oh, you should," because there's that mentality of like, "Oh, you're a man, you should have been able to take that or handle that shit." Whereas the opposite is like, a girl. She's
Here's the thing, if you're with a girl,
yeah,
right? Let's say you're dating a girl,
yeah,
and she fucking, everything's cool, and then you're just sitting there, and she starts getting wound up, and then all of a sudden she's fucking scratching your face off,
yep,
punching you in the mouth, trying to hit you with everything. How long is this relationship gonna last?
No, not long.
Like if she's connecting and like this is a regular thing.
Like, see, I don't mind.
I'll give her one.
It's like,
maybe
I
two.
don't know about this girl. I trust her with my butthole and my genitals.
Right? I'll give her one or two opportunities where maybe she's going through something. But I'm telling you, if this is a regular thing and let's say maybe it's tied to alcohol, I'm out.
I don't mind if they slap or whatever.
But it's fucked because I know some girls, man, and this happened to them, and then they stay with the guy, and the guy beats them up, and I'm like, but it's the same thing, it's just reverse, but get the fuck out, and then they don't, and I'm like, yeah, but that's because they're really fucked up,
That's because they really love him, though.
It's almost I think
he loves them. Yeah, he loves them.
Well, I mean, at that point, it's almost like Stockholm syndrome, right? Where it's like you're the captive, you're the aggressor, but then that person somehow falls in love with you because of that.
But here's the thing: the very first time that the guy decides, well, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you, or I'm gonna punch you, and you made me do it, or whatever. Girls need to recognize, right? That's a scenario of you ever fucking come near me again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Definitely,
definitely not.
They gotta know that's
But listen,
they gotta separate the emotion from the.
And then it happens a second time.
But that's the thing,
and then they don't leave
because women are emotionally attached. If this guy knows how to emotionally string her along, just to the point where he'll lay hands on her, but then reel her back in emotionally, she will be stuck in that until she gets attuned to that. And that's the thing: men and women respond to things differently, right? So, I mean, that's the thing. People think that men and women are equal and that we respond to the same things. No, there's a different set of rules when it becomes being a man, and there's a different set of rules to become a thing. Once you learn that, you'll be able to fucking navigate shit. So I don't know, man.
See, my problem is I guess I don't know a whole lot about an abusive relationship because I do in the receiving end from Well, I've been physically attacked, emotionally attacked, all of it. But I guess I don't know what I'm talking about, right? Because somebody else that's been physically abused will be you don't know fuck all. And I'm like,
I almost died.
Yeah, well, okay. And you know what? I'm not disputing that, whatever. I'm like, fuck, that's crazy. But at the end of the day, I'm always like, why didn't you leave? And they always tell me something, and I'm like, but why didn't you leave?
Yeah.
Then they're
I wonder if there's some sort of syndrome that's called. That's got to be some sort of psychological syndrome of why people don't leave an abusive relationship.
It's called the Chris Brown syndrome.
Chris Brown effect.
But no, I think it comes down to this. To sum it up, the rules of engagements are different, right? Like what a girl responds to, what a guy responds to, are completely different things. And if you try and force things, it's never going to work out. Here's the thing. Girls are like fire. You can get warmed up by it. You can admire it. But the moment you try to hold fire in your hands, you're getting fucking burnt. So don't, just fucking...
Says you. I can hold fire. Just watch me.
Anyways. I'm gonna fucking end this craziness.
Well, you didn't even talk about how the women want more women-friendly porno.
Don't women have enough already? Okay, what, explain to me women-friendly porn.
I think this is what I think it is.
Yeah,
This is
right
two young twinks
yeah.
just making out. Just imagine like me and Kevin just making out. Just a bunch of little,
Okay,
like gay men who are like probably 20, but they look like they're 14.
Okay, no,
just
well,
making out. That's what women want. I know for sure.
because Murray, you
But in the POV though, they like a POV where they're just like sitting back and it's like a strip club and they're just watching. It
so
happen.
you probably seen more women.
And they come in and interact with them and they go like, oh, we're gonna ask you about your day and I like that color of shoe you have or something or nice handbag.
Twink porn.
Kirk really likes twins. I don't know, man. He's into that.
I just learned that term. I think it's great. It's a great term.
But yeah, what about the female porn?
They want
Their own
like
kind of porn.
Like, their
why
own
not? Give it to them. Why not? We get guys get a lot of shit. We get a lot of porn.
I feel
Throw them a bone.
I feel like that's what softcore porn was always for. Was for women, because,
right? Yeah,
because it's like it's more.
I totally forgot about
it's
that.
It's less of the gross stuff. It's just like it happening. It's more like sensationalized.
Yeah, it doesn't
and
show
like,
everything.
and the story's more important, and like it's more like sexy versus like full in zoom of like a dick ramming a vagina,
Yeah, before the internet era, and you're 10 years old and you're watching like the Scrambled channel.
It's just like a lot of like flowing hair and silky sheets and stuff.
Yeah, what's her face used to do those?
Carmen Electra.
No,
Jenna Jameson?
no,
She did hard shit.
Pamela Anderson?
Fuck, Gene Simmons' wife.
Shannon Kelly or
Shannon Tweed.
Tweed?
Yeah. I think she used to do that.
Yeah. Softcore was softcore.
So all right. So
I don't think women want to see like a cum shot. They want to see like the emotion. They want to see the emotion of someone having a good time. Like if they show the woman not like coming, like they don't want to see a squirt. I don't think.
Well, no,
they're like
you worked a
like,
lot of words in there.
I'm sure they think that's nice and all, but like I feel like women want to see like the emotion and like the sensuality.
Is that
they don't.
what it is?
They don't. I don't think maybe they don't want to see the nitty gritty. I feel like guys we get off on that kind of stuff. Like
I think some might.
So it's like
I think some might like that stuff.
I'm sure some women do. But
Maybe they want a story.
Yeah, I think I'm just.
You think maybe that's what it is, Kevin? You think maybe they want to be entertained, like actually have it go back to like, pornos when there was like an actual story?
Yeah,
I think they just.
Like, I know you don't want the actual story.
No. I mean, there's some of the cool ones like are interesting, like fucking.
And Kirk's into the
cool porn, twink porn.
You still cam jobbing? You still got that? You still looking at the cams?
Yeah, this is a problem I have.
Chatterbait is that one of them?
No, I like go on like Pornhub Live or something.
Oh my!
And give away all my money on my credit card to it like every day.
Nice.
I'll like
every day.
The thing what happens is like I shouldn't because
is this a problem? Like should we be stopping you?
Yeah, you should. You should give me an intervention for sure. Because my problem is like I go like to like a porn site. Now they all have some sort of cam thing.
Okay.
So if I'm going to Pornhub, it's already connected to my credit card, I think, or something. I'm getting billed for it. So I will go with the intention of every day, like I'm just going to open some porn tabs and stuff. I'm gonna like free stuff like from the site and go there. But all of a sudden, like you'll see at the bottom, like there's that cam picture, and you're like, oh, that girl looks hot. And then like I get in there, and then it's like, and I'm like, I feel like there's something about it that I really like. I don't know.
It's funny. I've turned on my ad blocker, and all the attractive women in my area that want to meet me, they don't like me anymore.
Is that legit? Yeah.
I just think there's something about it that's like a bit more dangerous and a bit more fun, and it's also because it's interactive in a sense that like from just regular porn. Even though it's like you might see something really hot, like in porn, you're not watching like a lot of stuff. It's just mostly just a woman. Get naked.
So that's you don't necessarily need a story in your porn. You're just interested in like the live show now.
I think because like I can like if my name is on there like Kirk or something, they'll like I'll join the chat and give money and I go like thanks Kirk. Do you want to go private? And if you ever go I go private with women. That's where I spend all my money. It's the private. Because because then like you go private or whatever, and they're just like, yeah, like they'll like, you know, they'll moan your name, or they'll say, even if it's like not like it's just my code name, I still know it's me. You know, I still know Pale Knight is Kirk.
Well, now everybody else does too.
So the Pale Knight, yeah. Anyway, yeah, and then so then I just like, I think I have some sort of connection with that for the moment, but then it's like it clears up, and you're just like, it didn't matter because you relieved yourself of the tension coming, right? Yeah. You come, and then you're like, what the fuck did I do that for? And you're like, I was doing that for 12 minutes at $7 a minute.
You see,
that's a lot of. I mean, it doesn't seem like a lot at first, and then that adds up. That's 12 times 7.
There used to be a very simple time when you went into a stash and found an old porn, put it on, and got the job done. Now
a mag.
Nowadays, you got fucking so many options, so many categories, so many sites, so many cams.
But I think that might be the problem that women have, is that
it's also a problem for guys too,
with all the bullshit where it's like,
yeah,
and they don't want to like go straight to like crazy shit, right? I think maybe that's what it is. They're like looking for a movie or a story or something, right? Because
it's like they're not conditioned to like I think guys from an early age, like, you know what I mean, like once you get into it, like you really jump off in your taste and what you're into really fast. I think like I remember like from like a year separates me from like just looking at girls naked, like a picture naked, to all full on like gangbang bukkake shit. You're like, wow, I can't believe I went from like just like, you know, teens next door to that like teens getting jizzed on by 100 dudes in like such a short span of time. I feel like women probably would have not like a similar jump, but like it's just that it's hard for them to get into it because now everything's so hardcore porn.
So you think women-friendly porn is kind of like the training wheels for porn? Like,
I feel like that would be their training into like more stuff and figure out what they're more interested into, probably.
Right. I think they've like all seen it, man. Like I'm not talking about like young girls. I think that like the people that are talking about this are older that are like,
I think but I think
like I'd like to just have like, it needs to be like more female-friendly porn, you know?
Yeah,
I think like Diet Coke of porn. It's like
some can be violent. So like they're like, nah, they don't want.
Well, I think it's almost like you have to tailor it to the opposite. Like there's POV where you just see the woman mostly and the guys.
Oh, you think like opposite, like do POV for a woman?
Yeah, it's like think of the tropes of porn. And
you don't want to be the virtual reality guy getting stuck in the headset.
But also, and most of the storylines are all like they're just dumb male driven stuff. Where it's like, oh, I put my dick in a pizza, now you're gonna blow me. It's like. It's like that kind of stuff. I think like only men would find hot. Women would be like, "What? Why am I the woman blowing this guy because he put his dick through my pizza?" Like I don't really get it. Like, and I think like you're right. Maybe like women would probably aren't going to be like that dumb to like fall for these stories of why these people are fucking. Like they almost want to know more than anybody else. Like why are these two
old school? Like back in the day, it was like stories.
Yeah,
they were like legit movies. Like they actually, I think that's what's changed, right? Is that back in the day there used to be adult cinemas.
Yeah,
and then like they actually made movies for like a legit like a feature length movie.
Oh, like
and then
Boogie Nights. Boogie Nights.
Yeah, back in the Boogie Night days.
Or it had to be
so it would be like an hour and a half or a couple of hours, I guess. And then like people would go. I guess dudes mainly would just go to these movie theaters and then watch it. Like it would get released, and then like it would come out on video, and they would buy it or rent it or whatever the fuck they would do. But it was like a legit movie, and I guess like more women liked that back then, right? Because it was like an actual movie, right? And it was like a fucking story.
Because guys just want to see, like guys don't like really have a jump in logic to why people are boning. They just like the boning.
Guys are just visual, man.
But women probably want to know why. They want to know the setup.
Well, they maybe
it's like in real life. Yeah, they have to have like an intention. Why am I sleeping with this guy? Why am I like? Why is she sleeping with him? Like he's gotta butter me up. Like basically get me going. Yeah. You can't just show up and go, well, you're pretty good looking, like
I'm here to fix the cables. Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I think, but I guess there's a movement now for that.
Your pool's pretty clean. I guess I don't have any other work to do today. And she's like, no, you can come inside. Yeah, it's that's too bad.
But yeah, it's see,
and they're like Kevin's like, where did he go? You know what's weird about Kevin? He's the only guy I know who doesn't have a pool, but for some reason keeps around a pool boy. What's the deal with that, Kevin? He's not here to answer for himself. What's up with that, listeners?
Yeah, he took a break. But yeah, so that's the thing is that there's women out there who are looking at that as an option, right? Or they want more options for themselves. And I think it's a good idea. I'm like, whatever floats your boat. It's just some people are like, well, whatever. It's who's going to make an hour. And I'm like, people are going to do it. People are going to make it, right?
Yeah, no, they've already started. Like Pornhub has a section for female, like I heard they call it like female something, like
good for them.
It's like I don't know if it's any. I tried looking at it. I couldn't tell if it was any different than regular porn, but maybe more like categorized to like suit somebody. But I couldn't tell you exactly what it was that was different about it. But there might start being porn where they really, from the get go, think of women first. Like, how is a woman going to enjoy this? So that's kind of neat, I guess. I feel like it's going to be like a combination of story, but also maybe interactive.
I think you're right. I think it'll be like those old Blue movies or those old softcores, right? Like, I think that is what they're looking for because, probably more explicit, but
yeah,
that type of film.
I bet like women would also like, how you were saying story. You're saying story. There's also like those porn things now where it's like almost like a choose your own adventure where like you get to choose the options. So like if the woman got to personalize it to her own liking in the porn, like what are we doing now? Like, are we gonna play with these puppies or get down to business? She's like, I want to play with puppies first. See what see what this guy's like around puppies. And now I've seen him play with dogs, so now I want to suck his dick. So I'm going for it. So I feel like that's another thing I think they would like story, but interactive, and also the POV thing. I think if they've done right,
I think you're gonna just have a lot of women taking virtual naps. Being like, have sex with guy,
virtual,
have a nap.
virtual red
be
wine.
Like, virtual, yeah, exactly. That's exactly what's going to happen. You got a lot to say there, Kevin.
No, I just think porn is a really growing industry. Almost like honestly, like if you watch, like there's these documentaries on Netflix and. As a connoisseur of porn, I you just see there's this.
Why does that sound so bad? You're trying to use it like a nice word for it, but like it still sounds creepy.
Because it is.
No, there's you'll see it every maybe 2 or 3 months. A new name comes out, a new star of the industry comes out, and you're like, you know what? It's different. Back in the day, you had a porn star maybe worked 10, 20 years in the business and got in, got out. Now these girls are getting in fast and getting in out fast, like it's almost like a business.
It's almost indicative of what they're doing in the business.
No,
but indicative.
But no, but it's like that's the thing, and then the reason why is because right now society in general, girls are looking at porn as a fucking option. Like sure. they're bypassing the whole maybe I'll become a stripper. Was like, nah, you know what? If I just do 2, 3, 4 films,
I had a stand-up joke for a bit. I think it went something like it was like I really like talking about liking porn. But I find it's weird that the turnaround from how fast someone goes from being a teen porn star to like a MILF porn star. It's like less time than you would think. It's like as soon as you're over 22, I feel like
pretty much
you might as well just be called a MILF. At that point.
You're analyzing it in that way,
analyzing. No, I thought it was funny because you'd see like someone like within the span of less than 5 years be like there once were a teen or like a teen young hot star. They were in like certain kind of porn. Now they're like the stepmom in all the porn, and they're like definitely being called like a MILF and like hotter. And it's like they're still in their 20s. Most people like aren't really a MILF or a cougar until they're like in normal life until they're 30 or 40. So that's just like they're accelerating time so fast.
Well, it's like in motion pictures, like real movies where, a girl could break in at, 21 and have like a 7-year career of being like the young girl.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, she hits 30 and now all of a sudden,
Rachel,
some of them aren't like, they're no longer like the young star. They get cast as like,
So the documentary.
Rachel McAdams was like 29 or 30 when she was in Mean Girls. She was playing like a
no.
Yeah. She was way.
Dude, no way. That would make her like 45.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. She was like late 20s. I could look it up for you. But like that came out like
maybe 24, 25.
24.
No, she was like late 20s. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you're wrong.
Yeah. But no, when it comes to the whole porn thing, they were actually saying how there's right now the two categories are you're either casted as a teen or you're casted as a MILF. There is no between. There is no average 30-something. You're either...
November 17, 1978.
So she's... Oh, fuck. Because I'm 88 and I'm 30. So she's 78. She's pushing 40.
40?
Yeah.
But that makes sense. So Mean
So
Girls was 2002. So she was like 24.
Oh, okay. Or
What? Can I look at this up further?
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Sorry, it's a waste. You can keep talking. I'll look it up.
So she was, 24.
Yeah.
When did,
I mean, yeah, it's weird
And-
playing like a 17-year-old, but whatever.
Yeah.
no, I don't know. When did?
But they all do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so she was 24, but like she's 40 now. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, she's hot. Too bad she never did porn.
Came out in 2004.
Oh, 04.
And
04?
Yeah.
Really? That late?
yeah, written by Tina Fey.
Yeah.
And she also has a part in the movie. So, yeah, so she's 39 right now, and then when that's
Age 39, yeah.
yeah. So I mean, she wasn't quite 30 then, but I mean, she was like older like that. But she looks like she is like like a 17, 18-year-old girl, like without a doubt in that movie.
Listen, Luke Perry looked like a...
No, he didn't. He always
Started
looked
looking old, man.
They had that joke in The Simpsons where he smiles and his wrinkles pop out like
and his hairline's fucking like back there. Like,
I just want to love Donna so much.
Yeah.
well, he was like 27 or something.
Yeah.
But it was that Andrea. Remember Andrea?
Was it the one with the glasses and curly hair?
Yeah. She was like 30.
But like she this is her presentation though. It was never really like she looked like just like a dorky woman who could be like any age. Like you'd be like from like 30 to 18. You're like I don't know where she fits in. As well as people who are like
She, like later on, like she started looking like because like the show went on for a while.
Oh yeah.
So it was like she was like 40.
Yeah.
Oh man. How old is she now?
I don't know. But
I don't want to know.
I don't know. But when it comes to your porn, though, do you prefer young or old, Kirk?
Young ladies or older ladies?
Teen or MILF? Well, what are you more categorized?
I think it's all about the person. It's all about what they have inside of them that I choose. I mean, I like to
bullshit. I'm calling bullshit on that now.
There's something intangible about the quality of person they are.
Okay.
And then that's what I go by. Because, I mean, I could like a lady of any age, as long as they're fucking hot.
Okay, fine, fair enough. Anyway,
I think but it's weird though, because you can have like, I can like older ladies for sure, because I can be still very attractive, obviously, like 40s, 50, maybe under 50, I guess.
Yeah.
But also like a nice like slender hot body, like what was the one you really liked that I like as well, porn star? You always bring up her name.
There's a couple.
She's like brunette, skinny.
Ava Taylor, Callie Cypress.
There's so many. No, you told me I could see liking her as a person or something like that. Yeah. So you have a similar thing I have, where like you're like,
yeah. No,
like,
there's been a couple throughout the years, but
no, I just
there's certain. Kimmy Granger.
Kimmy
Granger. Yes.
Kimmy Granger. You're like, I like.
Yes.
She's hot, but like also there's something about her personality that I could like hang
basis.
Yes,
sure.
That's obviously not her real name.
Kevin and Kemme. Yeah. So I mean, but anyway, yeah, something like there can be something like that who's like fits that role of like like a teen kind of porn star, I guess, in a way. Like she's like slender and smaller boobs, but still hot, nice butt, that kind of stuff.
She's fun.
But anyway, and then there's other types of girls who are a bit like curvy.
Are you just describing porn girls then?
Well, he was asking me he was asking me why I like in some people, but I'm saying it's totally whatever. I think there's more to it than I can really tell you why. Like I don't know what it is exactly, because it's like all shapes and sizes, all different ages. I think it's like, but then you start having like favorites, obviously. So it's like being loyal in a sense to know if someone doesn't give a shit. You're like, oh, I'm loyal to this person. I really like their videos.
I figure the correct answer to that would just be they're on the screen. You know?
No, I mean like sometimes I can like it's almost like I'm more into something if I know the girl. You know? In porn?
So
does that happen for you guys at all either? Like if it's one of my favorites, like say it's like I don't know.
No, I admit I have favorite I guess you could say little extra thing. Like I'm a big fan of Bang Bus. I like the concept of guys picking up random girls and just banging in a bus. Like that's $1 million.
To anybody listening to this, yeah, I'm with you.
I like Bang Bus was a good one. There's this new site. It's called Girls Do Porn, and it's the simplest title, and it's basically all these amateur no names, like girls that like literally are like want to start in the business, and they just do porn.
Can I tell you one of my favorites right now? Yeah,
Sure.
I kind of grown out of not liking as much, but for a while I really thought it was really great.
Monster of Cock?
No, there was the shoplifter one. Monster of Cock, yes, that guy's got a great big fake cock, and it shoots lots of cum, which is great. Like I don't know what it is about shooting lots of cum. It's great, but
Okay.
it's great.
Oh, shoplifter. You said
The shoplifter one I think is great because it's like a security guy, and it almost comes off kind of real too. It's like the way they shoot it. It's like a security camera footage of a guy going like.
It's not real.
I know it's not real, but I'm just saying it comes off real enough.
Okay,
and the girls
yeah.
are normally like not like that bad of actors in it either. I feel like they kind of sell it. They're like, oh, but you can't do this to me. Like they're like, well, the police are gonna come, and he's like, better take off them clothes. And she's like, or he's like, patting your tights. Want to make sure you're not holding any merchandise. And they're like getting basically naked, and he's like, well, if you want.
I admit I enjoy some of the scenarios of that porn. Like I'll watch a couple of.
There's one like where it's like a mother and daughter, and she's like, well, I called your mother in. He's like, know what I could do to her? Y'all better get naked right now. And I'm just like, wow.
Murray, when's the last time you watched porn or actually seen something?
I just feel like there's something.
I feel like you've been out of
this conversation.
I'm
Boys.
saying, no, I'm saying in that one, there's something
guys
intent, like something real about it. Like even though it's fake, it comes off more real than most other porn is trying to be like real. You know.
I'm also like that's another thing. You eventually develop you like.
But then I've grown a reflex to that where I don't really care for it because I know how staged it is. But the first time I kept seeing it, I was like, this has got something.
Here's the thing about porn in general.
They're like piranhas with fresh meat in the water. It's interesting to watch.
What happens is when you first get into the porn game and you start watching porn as an early teen or whatever.
The porn game?
The porn...
Stratosphere.
Whatever you call it. But you start off watching porn just because you just want to simply get off. Right? Like that's a simple thing. But then eventually you start developing tastes and things. Like I've had friends who say like, they never got into anal until they've seen it. Right? So... you develop certain tastes, and I don't know.
The way you're saying taste is creepy as well. I can't help but say that. I'm sorry.
So what's your what's your favorite type of porn?
I don't know. It's hard. Like I'm saying, like I don't.
You haven't developed your taste yet.
I guess not.
See, I'm into the.
Like I'll still watch whatever, but sometimes like certain things, I got like an idea of what I'm interested.
I'm a big fan of the whole casting thing. That's a pretty cool thing. Casting couch. I think everybody knows about that.
Yeah, I think you and Harvey Weinstein are pretty big into that.
That's one thing we share in common. But I don't know, man. Porn is cool. I don't know.
Did you just say porn is cool?
Yeah, porn is cool, man.
I'm actually. Can I tell you guys a personal thing? I'm currently in a self-directed no fap zone. I'm not fapping, guys.
Sure.
I decided this Monday. I'm like too many campsites, too much reliance on pornography. I'm gonna just avoid the whole thing. Just keep myself away from myself, basically.
So there's a study that if you don't jerk off or get off every 7 days, your testosterone actually boosts, which is for men is beneficial. But after the 7
I'm almost there. I'm gonna keep.
The thing is, after 7 days, there's no actual signs of increased testosterone. So recommend, they're saying, if you want to be a master debater, you have to do it every 7 days.
Master debater. No, I mean for me, it's not even like testosterone. I've heard that's a thing though, but I think it's more of like a control thing. I'm trying to reset myself because it feels like it's become like a chore, you know? Like and I spend so much time and energy doing this. Like I open all these tabs, I watch all these things, I talk to all these girls on campsites, and like it takes like sometimes an hour, and I realize I'm like, I've been doing this for like over an hour, just like looking around, find stuff, like doing my thing, and like I'm just wasting too much time and effort. And I feel like the whole idea is I've heard is also as well is that like it's almost like women can sense this, like it's like that energy in you that you haven't been just like coming all the time, and like you might even like particularly go out
just radiating.
Like you might go out and you have a certain energy you wouldn't have had before. I don't know if it's testosterone related or not, but then maybe like you meet somebody.
Well, maybe it's because you're exhausted from all.
Maybe you just, I'm just saying, maybe you go out there and maybe you meet somebody and like you might have more of the will and energy to like come off.
Whatever you do not use anything related to that as an icebreaker.
Oh no! I would.
I haven't jerked off in 7 days. What are you doing?
Masturbated myself and
yeah, I'm so white inside. I might as well be a polar bear, right? And I'm just like, that's gross. No, I feel like for me it would be like it would be something I wouldn't talk about, but I think like it might give me a bit of boost of some confidence, some sort of like energy that I don't normally have, because I feel like most times I'm pretty much exerted, right? And I don't have that.
Have you ever given up halfway through, or do you always finish?
Oh, masturbating. Yeah. No, I had a weird thing last year where like, I don't know if it's because it was something I was taking like drug wise or something, but this thing would happen. I looked up, it actually is a thing with guys who masturbate. I forget exactly what it's called, but it's like you jerk off and then like it would take me like 20 minutes and I'm like, feel like I'm almost there. And all of a sudden I'd be like almost there. And all of a sudden the feeling of like coming would go away.
Yeah.
And you're still there, but like you have to work your way back up again. And so when that would happen, like for about a month, that would happen. And if I wasn't just like on the ball, like focused about coming, this would happen. And I just and then I don't know what, I didn't know what I did to fix it, but that hasn't happened since.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was pretty weird because you get to that point where you get defeated. You're like, well, if I can't make myself come, I don't know. Like it's something I can normally be pretty good at. And then you just like have to like use. I feel like the best thing in that sense is just like not get frustrated and just give up. Right? You're just like, I'm gonna be done. Give it up because I don't need to spend like 40 straight minutes trying to get off, you know?
Anyways.
So that was, you guys asked.
Yeah. And I'm still here, folks.
Yeah. Anyways, we talked a lot about stuff, you know, beating up boyfriends, hitting women, and beating your own meat. A lot of beating up tonight.
It just kind of ended up like that.
I would just say, anytime you're out there, guys, just take it easy on all types of things. Never don't too much pressure on it.
So, take it easy on your meat, and take it easy on your women, and take it easy in general.
On yourself.
Don't hurt yourselves.
It's called self-love for a reason.
Yeah.
You want to make sure you're doing it right.
So,
loving yourself.
And if you love this podcast, listen to us on SoundCloud, Google Play, iTunes. Like, comment, subscribe.
You can find the video of this on Pornhub.
Yes.
Under
Pale Night.
Under Pale Night impales
Good
Kevin.
luck.
All right. Okay. Good night. Good luck. Have fun. Jerk off.
Please.